Hello everybody. My name is Jonathan Clover, and I'm looking into something in the visual communications field, which is actually why I've decided to create a video to summarize just kind of a little bit about what I've learned in this class so far. So, let's get into it and talk a little bit about my unique self. So before taking this class, I basically knew that I was kind of a responsible person. I knew that I was organized. I knew that I was pretty introverted, and every once in a while I like to do some artsy things like poetry, video editing. I like to play guitar. I have a guitar class at my high school. I also have a drum class, and I like to juggle. So, artsy stuff like that. But I was pretty surprised when I took the Holland Code assessment, and I found that artistic was actually at the top of my results. When I first saw that, I was like, no. But then I actually found out that I am pretty artistic because I like to have a flexible time schedule, and I really like to have time to think about how I can make things look really, really cool. So like homework and the projects that I have, I like to go above and beyond what's expected of me. And lately I've been getting more into music and video editing, as I mentioned. And so that's been really fun. I've actually been editing my own videos for a few years now. And then in addition to that, I also have a really cool opportunity at my church to be one of the technical ministries helpers. And so basically, for technical ministry, what we do is we'll get in and we'll design presentations to run on the projector for worship services on Sundays. So I'll project lyrics and stuff up onto the screen. Now my second highest result on the Holland Code was social, which I also didn't think would be me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I totally love people and everything, but I just honestly, I never thought that people could form such a large part of our personalities. And they're certainly a large part of my personality as well. Sometimes if I want to concentrate, I'll wind up working alone. But for the most part, I actually do like to be part of a big team effort. I enjoy helping others, and I like to listen to them talk. I like to be part of big groups where I don't have to be the main person talking. But more recently, I've actually found myself in the position of leadership for groups and teams at both my church and my high school, which is something I never thought I could do. Because, I have a tendency to please everybody. I'm kind of a people pleaser, which is why I have a really hard time saying no when people ask me to do something. And also, when we, this kind of relates to when we took the Keirsey personality types assessment, because I really had to think about which letters described me most. And I think when I first took that, I got ISTJ, which is called the Guardian Inspector. And I definitely do think that does apply to me. But when I just looked at the letters, I felt more like I was kind of an INFJ. And so an INFJ, that's kind of what Keirsey calls the idealist counselor type. And so basically, counselor, it breaks down to introversion, intuition, feeling, and judgment. And so basically, as a counselor, or at least that type, I know that I try really hard to go above and beyond what's expected of me. I believe in Jesus, and I value that as one of my core beliefs. I like a more one-on-one personal style of learning. I want to maintain good relationships with the people around me. I like having quiet time to recharge, and I notice when people feel sad, irritated, worried, or stressed, even if I don't talk to them about it. So let's talk about my career areas that I've been looking at. So I waffled on a lot of things in this class, but generally I found that my personality as a whole and what I value, what my interests are, my artistic abilities and my social qualities, all this kind of stuff comes together sort of in the visual communications pathway. And video editing in particular is something that I really enjoy. And while I don't think it's the only career that would work for me, there's definitely other ones that I would enjoy doing. But this is just kind of the career that I chose to research in depth for this class. And so what I did in one of my interviews, I found that Faith Life in Bellingham actually has a lot of creative design teams that they need video editors for, because Faith Life, they produce videos, they produce books, Bible software, animation, magazines, all this kind of stuff, and they need video editors to promote some of this. And I talked to one of the guys who was involved in that. And so another possibility besides Faith Life is Global Recordings Network. And so basically what they do is they record the Bible and the gospel in languages all over the world. And so that sounds like a really neat cause that I might want to join. And then on the side, I also enjoy cooking to some extent, and you can be really creative with that. And I might want to use that to help others in maybe missions or humanitarian aid. So now let's talk about where I'm going. So there's a few things that I can still do while I'm in high school to start preparing to get into video editing. And so if I wanted to do this, I could actually join a film and broadcasting club that's at my high school. Otherwise, I'm currently in a Video 1 class right now, and next semester I might just sign up for Video 2. And then if I stick with those things and I build up a kind of a portfolio of my own work, I might actually get into an internship after I graduate with a film company, an internship with a film company. And so these come up on Indeed, on other websites. Every once in a while I'll see one in like Seattle or something like that. But if not, I'd probably go to a technical college or another college to get maybe an associate's or a bachelor's degree in something like communication studies, digital media arts, cinema studies, that kind of stuff. And I know Whatcom has a visual communications program that I think is an associate's degree, and also a few other technical colleges that I've looked at have similar degrees. And so I'd probably want to get educated in that way. And yeah, that's enough about me for now. Thanks for listening as I talk a little bit about who I am and what I'm doing and where I'm going and all this kind of stuff that I've learned in this class. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a really great Christmas break.